Hello guys, welcome to my tutorial on how to play Pebble. Pebble is basically like the best distracting character, but I see a lot of people who either just generally don't do that well or die really early as Pebble, and I decided to make this guide. So let's get on to it. So firstly, the trinkets I recommend and the ones I personally use would be dog plush and speedy shoes. But there's a lot of other things you can run with Pebble, since they're a very flexible character. The other free trinkets I see people use a bit are V-Emote, magnifying glass, and bow. I don't see magnifying glass that much outside of V-Emote runs, but if you're the last person left, then it may help a lot. And bow and V-Emote just are pretty solid for distractors. Oh my god, distractors in general. So one thing I will say a lot, be cautious early on. You don't really need distractors that early, and there's no point in trying really hard to distract and make the early floors easy when they're already really easy, since the main thing you're gonna be doing that your team needs you for, you are going to have an agonizing time on later floors without a distractor, in if you die on early floors trying to distract when you don't even really need to, then there's no point in just dying or trying to take hits on early floors. I'm not saying to not distract on early floors, but if you know you're gonna get hit or you're doing something that's really risky, I'd honestly just wait to do it or not distract and let everyone else just get the generators on their own. Another thing I'd like to mention is if you can't distract all the twisteds on one floor because there's worse twisted like Pebble, Goob, Scraps, those ones, and that's perfectly fine. Cause even trying to distract the ones that aren't as bad can definitely help your team out a lot. It helps a lot. I can say that. It does help, even if it's only one or two. So, don't just if you can distract, unless you're on a really, if you're in a really open space and you just cannot distract without risking getting hit, then if you can, try and just distract one or two. Even if you can outrun most twisteds at walk speed with Pebble, I'd still highly recommend conserving your stamina. Panic mode can definitely be a problem, even though most times you just forget about it, but it's still an issue. Plus, you might need a lot of stamina to get back to the elevator. And you won't know when you need stamina, so I wouldn't just waste it all when you can outwalk most twisteds. And for the final tip, if you can be in a voice call, then I'd definitely take the opportunity, since being in a voice call will help a lot with communication, especially if we're distracting twisteds. It's very hard to type or just talk in general while distracting, so it can help a lot. Trust me.